Hello, hello. Welcome to Mi Gente on Air. Thank you for being with us here tonight as we broadcast from the WSGW Alpha Media Studios, 100.5 FM and 790 AM. I am your host, Larry Rodarte, and we got a great show for you tonight where we talk about one of the entrepreneurs of Saginaw. He's making it big, him and his family, and they have Old Town Wonder now. They have a new business that's in Old Town Saginaw, and he and his future daughter-in-law are going to be a part of the show. So if you got any comments or concerns or a question, feel free to put it in the show, and we'll try to address it here tonight on Mi Gente on Air.
Welcome to Mi Gente on Air on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Now, here is your host, Larry Rodarte.
Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Mi Gente on Air as we celebrate summer in the great city of Saginaw. I am your host, Larry Rodarte, and I'm broadcasting here from the Alpha Media Studios, 100.5 FM and 790 AM. And I want to congratulate everybody out there who is doing what they do best in this city in terms of being entrepreneurs and having businesses. And I say that because we've got a young individual who is just doing some great things in Old Town Saginaw, and you may know him from Wonder Burger. He has the food truck out there that has been really popular these last couple of seasons. His name is Javier Fulgencio Jr., and he has his future daughter-in-law with him, Isabel, and they're going to talk about their new endeavor that is in Old Town Saginaw. It's called Old Town Wonder. So please help me welcome to Mi Gente on Air, Javier and Isabel. Hello.
First off, thank you for calling me young.
You are.
My body does not feel it,
Right.
but thank you. Thank you for having us, man.
Well, thanks for being here tonight. And I know exactly what you mean. When the food truck business, those trucks, they make us older, make us feel older by climbing up or getting in and, doing the food truck business. I always say it's a young man's business because I have done it with Mr. Petito Man the last 3 years, and it's been tough. But how's business been for you this summer?
It's been incredible. It's been really, really good. We've been pretty much going at this point 5-6 days a week with private caterings and it's even with this heat, man. This heat wave is like nothing I've experienced in the past 4.5 seasons. I've not experienced this kind of heat. This is nasty.
Yeah.
So it's taken a big toll on me and even the crew. I'm sure you see when he gets home.
Crabby.
So Bob,
we're talking about Javier Fulgencio the third.
Yeah, Burger Bob. So his grouchy self goes home to her, and I'm sure that's a whole lot of fun.
Well, when we talk about being an entrepreneur, because you are now, obviously, we're looking at Wonder Burger, right? Mm-hmm. You're now involved with a catering as well as the food truck. Okay. You were talking about the Old World Distillery. Is that the official name?
Town. Yeah.
And tell us about, because you're wrapped up in 3 different businesses.
Yeah, so obviously we started the burger stuff like 4 or 5 years ago. We've been very fortunate, lucky. We've got a ton of community support, and it's put us in a position to, go and take our family and do different things. So we started looking for space, and whether it be restaurant, events, whatever, we started looking at space pretty much this time last year. And it was a slow, painful, stressful grind. Mm-hmm. And one day we got an email and it showed us a space available in Old Town. And for us, that's where we've always wanted to be. It's, we're big on community, man. So like that whole thing was just crazy how it happened. It took some months, but we finally figured it out and got everything done. In the meantime, so that one we do space rentals, just kind of how you run the Civica, same idea, like we do baby showers and we've done photo
Quinceañeras.
shoots. Yeah. Yep.
So tell me, that place was called what before you
That was
took it over?
That was the old, it was part of the distillery, but it was the stadium.
Okay.
Yep. So they did some pizzas in there, and they did a little bit of private events, but they used it more as like an overflow.
Mm-hmm.
And then for us, we use it as pretty much just an event space. And
Mm-hmm.
Isabel can kind of give you an idea of how some of that even works.
But now that's what you call Old Town Wonder.
That's Old Town Wonder. That was our first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the first couple of months of owning it, we talked to the group that owned it. And we come to an agreement after some months, and here we are. And I pretty much do nothing there. Me and Bob stay in the truck, and we just run food between Isabel here and my wife, along with Margaret too. She's been a great help for us. They have been taking the lead on everything that has to do with events and bar.
Mm-hmm. Wow, how exciting is that? Because it's a beautiful space. I've been there before. I love Old Town. I'm a big proponent of Old Town because I live there and my businesses have been there. Mi Gente started with an office where the old Ipple building was before the fire that they had in 1998. So Isabel, tell me about Old Town Wonder.
So Old Town Wonder is a beautiful historical building. What's the date? 1852, 57, something like that.
It's
wow.
And the cool thing about this space is that it really doesn't need a lot of decoration from the person renting it. It has the hardwood floors from when it was made. Same with the exposed brick walls. We have lighting fixtures from that time period as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my favorite thing about it. It's just so beautiful on its own,
Mm-hmm.
which has been appreciated so far by the people that have rented it. We get so many compliments saying how beautiful it is, and we really just say we haven't really done anything. We threw a fresh coat of paint on there, but besides that, it was really beautiful on its own.
You guys did girly it up some though.
We girlied it up a little bit.
There's some girly stuff on there, but overall, yeah, you're right. For me, it's like I walk in there months later, and it's still one of those like, wow, this thing is
cool.
It's so cool looking in here.
And when did you actually officially open?
Was it March?
Man, that was for Old Town Wonder. That was March.
Yeah.
Yep, the end of March.
March. No, I think it was beginning because the birthday party, right? It was like beginning of March. Yeah.
Okay.
We bought it, and the very next day we had a big party.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that something? Now, Matt, my producer here, I want him to show some of the pictures because there was one where it was a wedding, I think, that took place. It just looks phenomenal in there. And maybe you can tell us about that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that
So
something?
this was an event that was hosted by,
Flowers by Elena.
Flowers by Elena. She hosted this event, and there was multiple vendors throughout Saginaw that came. So these models, the Flowers, Old World Pizza donated a pizza.
Oh, wow.
So basically, it was a fake wedding to highlight the space as well as to highlight the skills of the other people that were involved in it. So the models, the pizza, there was a champagne tower that one of the vendors did. Yeah, you can see, I mean, that's the exposed brick I was talking about, the
and
original hardwood floors. It's just beautiful.
Well, it's really nice that you're utilizing Old Town area businesses as well.
Yeah.
I when I moved there in 1996, there was this oldness to Old Town that I can't explain unless you were there. Some of the businesses, it was like, I'm old enough to remember, when Old Town was, when the original Ipple building business was still in the Ipple building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then as I grew up and came back to Saginaw for Mi Gente magazine, it seemed like there wasn't, it wasn't fresh, I guess, what you could say. It was kind of like old style, still 70s, 80s. And now today, I think that Old Town has a really nice vibe to it. I mean, there's a lot of places to eat. There's a lot of places you can drink. If you have a guest that comes from out of town and you want to just walk around Old Town, there's so much to see. And now with the silos there, the painted silos, so artistic, so beautiful. I was so proud when I had a friend, Michael Burnett, come up to this area and just showed him that, and just showed
have a
him
tourist attraction.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? And so
it is.
It really
It was.
just,
We it got put in the Smithsonian.
yeah, I saw that.
That's awesome.
In
They
Mexican
only
town,
pick, I think, 10 things to go in there from the country.
Yeah,
and we were picked to go in there.
In Mexican town, that's part of the attraction, I think, is the murals that you see over there. So like now, as we are getting more murals in Saginaw, I think it's a real plus. And like Old Town Wonder, you can show them the logo, Matt. Old Town Wonder is a great asset to our community, and for anybody who is considering an event space that they need for weddings, even smaller quinceañeras maybe, or what have. What's the capacity there?
Okay, so we tell people that comfortably 80 to 90 people ish, somewhere in that range. We are fire coded for a lot more, but that's more on the standing side. If you want to be comfortable, am I right? Somewhere on there?
No, so seating, we can comfortably fit 100 people. We are fire coded for 150, but I don't think that that's something that we want to do just because we want it to remain a comfortable space that people can move around and talk inside, without it getting loud and cramped. So when people message us and ask us, we tell people they're seating for 100.
Wow. And we are very fair with being flexible with people. We're very competitive as far as pricing goes. We allow a lot of things in there.
So it's not just Wonder Burger that you're allowed to put in there as far as food.
So if they want to bring in their own caterer, which a lot of people do, they want to bring in their own pizzas or subs, they can do that. There's lots of options, and again, it's beautiful. Our road is back open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
And
finally.
it's great. It's so smooth and nice.
It's perfect. So, and then we are doing like special events in there too. So like, for example, if it works on the calendar during the week, for example, we're hosting Love Island.
So just last Thursday, we did a Love Island watch party, super popular show right now. And it was a blast. We made a special menu with themed drinks. We decorated. It was so cool. A lot of fun. We're doing it again tomorrow, actually.
Wow, maybe I'll have to stop by there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you mentioned your wife. I want you to give credit. Tell us her name and tell us her involvement as well.
That's Diane, and her involvement. So, like I said, me and Bob do the burgers, and there's a lot on your plate when you're doing that.
Yes.
I can tell you there is no way in the world that this would be possible without her. It's been by far the most stressful, just insane, with all the legalities. Owning a bar and event space is so just property in general compared to just owning a food truck. The level of stress and the level of unknown is so much. So I give her all the credit in the world, especially during that first pretty much month or so of like us from purchasing all the way through licensing and all that. I will tell you, she did 95% of that. Luckily, she's over the past month and a half you've come on, and she's helped so much, so Isabel has been a big help now with Diane. But I will say it again, she's been amazing. And her stress levels coming down finally.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know that licensing, the paperwork with City Hall, with the government building, whatever. I mean, it's stressful. It can be stressful. So kudos to Diane for getting you through all that. And is there a kitchen or anything in there, or is it simply all catered food that comes in?
Because of cleanliness and smells and things being left, we aren't running the kitchen. There is a pizza kitchen in there.
Oh,
But
wow.
right now, because of it being a private event space, the last thing we want is for there to be leftover pizza or cheese dangling somewhere. So
Mhm.
right now, we're not running the kitchen side of it. And again, we have so much going on with the food truck stuff that it's just not possible right now.
Yeah.
Could there be in the future? I'll never say no,
Hmm.
but as of now, no.
So Javier Fulgencio Jr. The Fulgencio name is really well known within the Latino community because your grandfather was Jaime
Yeah.
Fulgencio, your uncle George Fulgencio. They started La Rondalla at St. Joseph Catholic Church,
Yep.
and it has just truly been a staple within the Latino community. And your grandmother Esther too.
Yeah.
Uh, Recently passed within the year, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, they would be so proud of you what you're doing, Javier, because you've been a tremendous success so rapidly, and I know that you don't take that lightly. And when you're doing the burgers, what do you think in your mind as all this has happened? What in the last 5 years, and you've got multiple things going on, and you got your family involved. The Florencio name
Yeah.
is always gone with family.
It's funny that you say that because like today we had our painter there, and the way we honor it is it's we put the OTD by Wonder, and underneath it, it's right in the front door. It says a Florencio family business. Like, and that means everything to me.
Mm-hmm.
That we could put that on the door. The proud thing, and it, like kind of what you said there is it's a tearjerker for me because I'm a wimp with that kind of stuff. I've gotten so many messages and calls of support, from all over, not just here in Saginaw, all over the United States, and people telling us how proud they are of us, and it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, because like a lot of these people, like I don't know a lot of them because they've lived other places their whole life, but they still connect because we're family.
Yeah.
And just to get those text messages and some of the people that from even like my past coworkers, and I don't know how I'm here. I don't know how it happened. We just worked really hard and we had a good plan with the burger stuff. We treat people with love and compassion, and we try to create safe spaces for everybody. Um, and I'm sure you can say the same thing with Bob. There's points of pride there, and he carries it well.
Really, for me, I just want to say right now I am a Jurema, like we were talking about, but as next year, next October, I will be a Fulgencio, and there is no other last name that I would want to take on. Now I'm gonna cry. I'm so proud to carry this last name, and I'm really excited.
You mentioned Bob there.
That's my baby.
Okay, so that's his name that he goes by.
Yeah, so he's Javier, but he goes by Bob. He used to say I'm the Bobby, and it kind of it ended up being people thinking it was Bobby. So we went with Bob, and he's been Bob since he was like one. So
well, the reason I bring that up is because I was a little confused because I grew up knowing your uncle Bob Fulgencio that lives in Texas.
My cousin,
cousin,
Yep.
Tony, Bob.
They were just here.
Yeah, all those guys.
Those are some of the guys I was kind of like referring to there, because like I didn't grow up with them. They're more my dad's age, but they were just in town, and they were very just the nicest guys. Like, hey man, like congrats. I love it. You're doing good stuff, man. And, it's every single one of those messages was read. They have meaning, and they are very appreciated. It makes me want to push even harder. Mm-hmm. It's cool to have that support.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, when we're talking about this business and all, I'm sitting here in front of you, and I've known of your family forever, of course, because like I said, I grew up with Bob, Tony.
Yeah.
And my father also grew up with your grandfather. You know what I mean? I mean, those names, it's those types of generations that we're talking about from, we in 2010, we honored your father, Jimmy Fulgencio and George Fulgencio. with the Adelante Award. And that was a beautiful thing to hear the story about the Rondalla of St. Joe's and how that came about. And, and then, when I've had you and your son and we talked about Wonder Burger on this show, it was really nice to see that success in the entrepreneurial mind that you have, and here you are expanding into other businesses now. I mean, it's really incredible to see how fast this has happened for you. And to be in Old Town, like I say, I've been there in the old buildings and I appreciate them. I love when you go in there and you look at the ceilings on some of the buildings, like Liquid Lounge, and they've got that old ceiling still with the old do you?
Yep,
I was going to ask you that.
We
So
do.
wow, that's awesome. But isn't it just a good vibe now down there?
It's so cool. Like, it's hard to explain, but the vibe of the area is so unique and it's so Saginaw. It's the coolest thing ever. We've gotten a lot of support from the other businesses and people, that stop by and give us well wishes, but it's kind of just cool. It's just a cool little area, and the level of food. So when you look at the areas, there's like Bay Road, there's State Street, there's Gratiot, at some point maybe downtown. But when you look at level of food that's not in the corporate world, so not like an Applebee's, not a Roadhouse, not a Arby's and all that kind of stuff, the best place to get mom and pop's food at a higher level, and it's Old Town. It's Old Town. The pizza guy is awesome. Artisan Bistro.
Fralia's. I was just there today for lunch.
Fralia's is a favorite for our family for sure.
Yeah, that's the I told him the other day because he came to the bar, and I was like, I've seen celebrities. I've been in the room with them, but I've never been starstruck until you came to the truck. I knew it was you. I told nobody, don't touch his food. I'm making everything. And then the fact that he came back and got another burger, him and his wife, is, for me, that was like, I got validated. It was just the cool having somebody like him around and to be able to talk. And then like the bread gals down there, she's won awards. Jake's, Fancy, they do good stuff there.
Liquid Lounge,
Liquid Lounge.
Unique.
What's Junction? I mean, Junction's a staple in the area. Yes. So we're just trying to be as cool as them. That's.
I feel like we are now home to the coolest date night city of all time. You can grab a bite to eat, get pizza, get Fralia's, get Artisan. Go grab an ice cream at Michigan Cream and Sugar down the street. Yeah. Come grab a drink at Old Town Distillery by Wonder. Go hit the Lawn Chair Film Fest that's starting up soon. The perfect date night city block.
So much going on in the Old
Town. We're right next to it now.
Yeah.
The film thing.
We'll be right back. We're going to go to commercial and talk more with Isabel as well as Javier Fulgencio with Old Town Wonder. Thank you for being with us here tonight. It's a great show. And if you got any questions or concerns, please feel free to put it into the room. We're talking with Javier Fulgencio Jr. and his future daughter-in-law, Isabel Jarema. I cannot, it's so hard because I had a friend named Steve Jarema, but that's not how we said it back in the day when we were in high school. And so I'm kind of thrown off by that. But we're talking here about the great things that are happening in Old Town Saginaw, and Old Town Wonder is just one of the many businesses down there that are providing great services. But there's another one that you guys are involved with, and we're going to talk about that when we come back into the show. So thank you, everybody, for being with us here tonight on Mi Gente On Air.
This is Mi Gente On Air on WSGW.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for being with me here on Mi Gente on Air. And I am your host, Larry Rodarte. And it's so nice to be able to bring about businesses that are doing great things in our community. And in the city of Saginaw, there's Old Town Saginaw, which is in front of the courthouse building. And it was the original spot of where Saginaw developed from a fort, believe it or not. And so right there where the IPPL building is on Court in Michigan, right down the road, there's a place called Old Town Wonder that my guests today have purchased, and they've named it Old Town Wonder. And they're doing great things, providing a space for the community for anybody who wants to have a small party, whether that be, for a small wedding or birthday party, what have you. And my guests are talking about that here, but I want them to also introduce their other business, which was the old Arden Whitney flower place. If many of us Old Town folk remember, because I surely do remember that it was forever a flower shop. But tell us about that purchase and what you're doing with that building.
You can start.
Yeah. It's for us. It's the most beautiful place ever. It's a gorgeous space. It's got good vibes. We are trying to do something fun there. We got some events and stuff like that happen there. We're hosting a lot of fun stuff. We're playing with the menu. We're learning how to be bar owners. We've had some good mentors so far, but as far as like the business itself, it's very different from food. So that's where I struggle with it. So I'm going to let Isabel kind of go with what she feels. So
it's been a lot of fun. Myself and Diane have never been bartenders before, so it was definitely a learning curve. We are very lucky to have Margaret with us, who worked at Old Town Distillery for 5 years when they were open. So God, she's an angel. I don't know how we would do this without her. She's been incredible. Like you said, we're keeping their original, drinks from their original menu. We did start with a limited menu just while we get the hang of things, but that's expanding already. We've already added 3 more drinks since we've opened. So right now we have, the liquor is still being distilled inside the building. Wow. And we have vodka, rum, moonshine, and whiskey right now, which are all extremely versatile liquors. So we've been able to have a ton of great drinks, and we have a lot more coming. We have a lot of ideas, so we're excited.
Well, sometimes I'm walking around Old Town, getting my steps in on a daily, and I've always looked at that building and said, man, there's so much that could happen there. And I when I think of that building now, I see the screens that are in there, and it just seems like such a cool bar that I think of like Chicago, like some of the bars in Chicago and all that. And, I'm so glad that you guys are going to be a part of seeing that. I think it's a really good opportunity.
Yeah, it's kind of got like a speakeasy.
Yeah,
like almost like it's got just a cool feel to it.
It's
vibey. It's vibey. And we're trying to lift that vibe even higher. It's different for us because like I keep going back to food, but in food, we are lucky and very popular. We advertise, but usually we have so much support. We show up somewhere and millions of burgers go out. We're learning this, so we are starting slow. We haven't done a lot of advertising. This is like some of the first that we've actually done because we wanted to learn first and then kind of like, break through the wall. So, it's kind of cool because right now it's giving us an opportunity to tell people, please, please, please come and just see what we have. We have a fun staff. There's lots of space. Even getting down to like, if you're wanting to have like a team meeting, we're hosting a PBS, what is it?
It's a TV show.
PBS TV show coming up with the Great Lakes people.
Under the Radar. It's
Under the Radar.
Yeah. Very cool.
So with those guys, lots of little things like weddings and all those kind of
music.
Yeah, live music.
So events.
And if any promoters out there or anybody that's in the space of bringing people in, reach out. we'd love to collab. You know, we'd love to talk to people. The girls are really creative, and they're very open to all ideas. And the other thing too is that I know a lot of bars aren't family friendly. You know, we are. We're very family friendly. You know, if you, the day we had live music, we had kids in there. We have, you know, there's lots of space. So if you want to bring your kids on, you know, and have them on one side and chill, you know, and bring your food in or whatever, that's totally okay with us. Just like we have some stuff going on this Friday for 4th of July. You know, we're doing cheap hot dogs and discounted burgers. We have a burger challenge, and, you know, got some patriotic drink. So, you know, again, we're trying to figure it out, and we would love all the support and people we can get inside of there. It would be amazing.
Are you having any karaoke at that place? Eventually,
I would love to do karaoke. We currently don't have the speaker system, the sound system for it. But eventually, I would love to do some karaoke. Definitely.
Yeah. Now, when we talk about the location, you're right there on the corner.
Yeah.
What's that street there that's just got paved?
Adams.
Okay, so you're at Adams and Michigan Avenue.
Yep.
And if somebody were down there and they were going to, what's the actual name of the business?
Old Town Distillery is technically. I mean,
Old
they
Town
call
Wonder.
it Old TD. So Old Town Distillery, and we brand it by Wonder.
Right.
And then the other side of it is Old Town Wonder. So it's two different businesses. We look at it as, again, because one's a full functioning distillery bar and one is a full functioning event space.
Wow.
But we use it as overflow too. I mean, when we had the band there and when we had Love Island there, we had all those people on the event side watching Love Island. I still haven't watched it, but
it's great. It was so much fun.
Well, if somebody were there and then they wanted ice cream, they just walk down the block and that's also
bring
coming
it in
back.
And bring it right back
Bring
inside.
it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's not really much seating over there. So grab 10 ice creams, bring your friends and family and kids, and you know,
that's awesome.
let's party.
Yeah, definitely. Isabel, you know, how is your take on all this happening? Because I mean, you're marrying into the Fulgencio family, and all of a sudden you're thrusted upon the businesses that are like making changing the vibe of Old Town Saginaw. What's your thoughts?
Oh God, I'm gonna cry. So me and Bob, as I don't call him that, I call him Javi, but me and Bob have been together since we were 16.
Wow.
So 6 years now. We just hit 6 years in April. So at that time, you know, we had no idea what this was gonna be. There wasn't even really a thought yet.
I was a lowly retail worker at that point. That's what you called me, right?
I didn't. So when they did the food truck, that was super awesome. I was in college at the time, working at the food truck, funding my way through college. Next thing you know, I have a college degree, so I kind of moved myself away from the business. I utilized my degree for about a year and a half. And then actually just a month and a half ago, I resigned from my position. And now that's how me and Diane are full force working on the bar and event space. And it's been amazing. There's no other family I'd want to do it with. Like I said, there's no other last name that I would want to take on next October. I'm so excited.
Well, there's a great picture of you guys that I want my producer to put up there, the four of you, because Riverfront Saginaw, Phil Eck did a great job in promoting you guys as well. And Diane is there in the yellow dress. And for my viewers and listeners out there, this is the space that they're talking about, Old Town Wonder. And like I said, Phil Eck did a great job. If you want to see on Facebook, they had individual interviews on each one of them. And it was real nice to see the write-up and the space that he gave you on social media and that platform. So tell us a little bit more about Diane, Javier, because like you said, she's a big part of this, and I don't want to leave her out.
No, I know. She's
First of all, when did you guys get married?
Oh, I don't.
I got him in trouble now.
I was probably like 27-ish, 28. It's probably like 18 years or so, something like that. We've been together for 23 or 24. I am really bad with dates.
my
Oh my
God.
God, I'm gonna get roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so she did some in finance. She's done some in customer service and some retail, obviously. And then she took some time away from working, and she focused on helping Wonderburger a little bit over the past year.
Mhm.
And then about 4 or 5 months ago, 6 months ago, that's when she became a full-on business owner. It's been quite an adjustment for her, but she's settling in good now, and I'm excited to see where her and Isabel take the distillery and the event space. She takes on a whole lot, and we're extremely proud of everything that she's done, because it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I don't do good with paperwork.
Yeah.
I don't do good with reading.
She is our Wonder Woman for sure.
She does
For
really
sure.
good. She's awesome.
Now you have Bob. Is there any other children involved?
Yeah, no, not
Well, not
involved in the
involved, but
company, but yeah,
have.
I have a son that's in it's right outside of Detroit, but he works in the Southwest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's another thriving community of murals and all, just like our Old Town area. So
Yeah, it's
well,
a fun area.
when we talk about the service of Old Town and the businesses and the blessing of having these special spaces, what is it that makes it so unique for you guys in terms of trying to attract people to that area?
So I think one thing is that we're still figuring that out.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing. Like we have there, it's a vibe. It's like we keep saying, it's got good vibes to it. It's a fun place. We're bringing our brand of customer service and hospitality to it. We are doing something a little bit different, because we're bringing the truck there, rather than the normal you sit down and get waited on. We are doing it more where we're parked right in our own parking lot, right back. They're coming in, they get a buzzer, and they get their food. So like that's another thing. We're also introducing different food trucks to the area.
Mhm.
We have Big Meaty Phillies, who is a partner of ours, and he's there tomorrow. We had Sis and Bros there last week, and then we're there Friday. And then again, like the goal is over time that we can bring that 2 to 3 days a week, because, we still have festivals and stuff like that. But we're going to end up with some consistency that second half, that pretty much third quarter of the year. And then, I mean, what are you?
I think that the food trucks is definitely different. There's a couple bars around Saginaw that do that, but we really want to bring variety. We want to bring food trucks that maybe haven't been to the area recently, don't come out to Saginaw much. There's this kind of feeling around Saginaw that it's somewhere you don't want to be. And I know we don't feel that way at all. It's somewhere we do want to be. We intentionally picked our space to be in Saginaw because of the love that it has in its heart. So I think just the not only the vibe of the building, but just bringing people downtown to Old Town is very important to us as well.
And in Saginaw sometimes gets negative vibes from some sectors, but overall I think it's a great location. I've been there 22 years, and I've enjoyed it. I love walking around Old Town, just for health reasons, walking around, and it's nice to see. And I call some individuals that I have seen the people of Old Town. I actually name them because I've gotten to know some of the people that are there and hanging out and all. And so like I'm really like I said, a proponent of Old Town. And so to see this happening, I'm really happy because I think that we can do so much as a community in Old Town as well as Saginaw overall. And I think that I'm sure in the future I'd love to have a meeting down there with the Union Civica crew coming down there. And one of the things that Javier and I have worked upon is like the Cinco de Mayo. Wonderburger has been a part of that since your inception. And then you also came upon with us with the Saginaw Taco Fest. And I just want to announce that today that we are going to be doing that September 13th of this year. Maybe you might be involved with it again. And it's going to be the 4th annual that we have. And I'm looking for the actual ad here in Mi Gente. Saginaw Taco Fest, everybody. And that is going, we're looking for vendors and we're looking for different food trucks to come on board. Doesn't necessarily always have to be tacos, but like Wonder Burger, you guys have killed it every time with those burgers out there, and they're delicious. I moved your camera. But yeah, and so like, you know, that's what this is about. Mi Gente on Air is a show that promotes Latino culture, concerns, and contributions. And so I'm happy to have you guys as my guests tonight and talking about Wonder Burger, Old Town Wonder. And the third one is the Old Town Distillery. And so that's something that's really happening, man. You should be proud of all that you're doing.
And you're right. We've had a lot of Latinos. We've had a lot of community support from our people, and we love it. We love it. We've had a little bit of everybody stop in so far, and that makes us really happy because, again, even in the food world, we see everybody. Some trucks have a certain following. We don't. We're split almost into thirds, you know, between all of the customers, and it's awesome, you know. And we go and do events all over. You know, we do events in the township. We do Shields. We go to Frankenmuth sometimes.
Kochville.
Yeah, and then we do right in downtown at Morley Plaza, Friday Night Live. You know, Party and McCarty, the 2 biggest events in the area. That actually starts next week. You know, so. Yeah, man, it's a cool area. It's a cool demographic. We love it. We love being mixed. So, yeah.
Well, last year, Mr. Petito Man, as well as Wonder Burger, we came together at the furniture place. What was that place called? Value City.
We got booted.
Yeah, we got booted out of there. But
we drew too big of a crowd that day, Larry.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
But the key thing about that was that if we were out there alone, we did pretty good. Yeah. You know, when Wonder Burger came on board, we did exceptionally good. You know, and I know you guys did good. We did good. Yeah. We had a great attraction of people of all walks that came in. You know, it was a really nice, I think, contribution to the area. Yeah. They didn't want us there because you know, they saw it as a threat. Some of the businesses around there. But
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You're a national corporate chain, and I'll call it Panera. We're a national corporate chain, and that does millions and billions in sales, and you're worried about 2 food trucks.
Right.
Completely different food.
Yeah.
You have greasy burgers, you have big tacos, and they sell salads. They caused a stink, and we got kicked out of Kochville pretty much. So
yeah,
but it happens.
But on the brighter side, look at what you're doing now. Yeah. So you know that it just, you know, God works in mysterious ways.
From Kochville to Old Town, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I want to thank you both for being on the show.
Thank you.
It went really well, fast, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you know, to have a show of 50 minutes, it seems like it's gonna take forever, but actually, it's already less than a minute. So, any last things you want to say to my listeners out there?
On my end, yes. Please come and try us. Come in, check out the space that we have. Any kind of rentals, any private events, any promoters, anybody that specializes in bringing people, we would love to talk to you. And then as far as the food world goes, we appreciate all the continued support. Please buy burgers. And Isabel.
I just want to say, you know, come get a drink, book an event, get some ice cream, get some pizza. Really, I want people to come out and see Old Town before they talk about it. on Facebook specifically. Come see what we have to offer, before you have stuff to say about it.
All right. Well, thank you for your contributions, both of you, Javier Fulgencio Jr., as well as Isabel Fulgencio in October. Right? All right. Thank you, everybody, for being with us here on Mi Gente on Air. We'll see you next week. Adios. All right, all right. So thank you, everybody, for being with us tonight. It was a great show. Can you imagine having what Javier has on his plate now? I mean, what? Thank God that you're young still and you're able to do this. And 3 businesses, I think, and probably 4th coming your way with just the marketing and everything else that has to be a part of this. I mean, it's just wonderful that God has blessed you the way He has, because it seems to me that's like I always say this: Mi Gente kind of fell into my lap. Mi Gente on Air fell into my lap. It was nothing I seeked out. It seems like this fell into your lap. The whole thing, really, it wasn't something that you planned. And 10 years ago, you probably wouldn't have said, "I'm going to be running Wonder Burger, a business with burgers," And so things happen for a reason, my brother. So congratulations to you, your family, and
Thank you.
we'll be supporting you. Thanks so
we
much.
appreciate all your support.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for being with us again here this week. I appreciate you being in the room, and thank you for watching Mi Gente on Air.